You got any Hell Week stories?
There was this one kid who's always falling asleep. Somebody sneaks out, throw a bag of the full-size Snickers bars in our boat. We're like, all right, man, if you're not gonna paddle, all you have to do is unwrap these Snickers bars and you're gonna feed us. So I remember like paddling and then just feeling like a Snickers bar. And we got the break and I was just done. I was just like curled over. I was like, no, too much.
Did you fight back the bullies when you were a kid?
In the second grade, I had to take the bus to school. My father was already gone. The kids start picking on me. I get my ass kicked sometimes by the older kids. So I feel like, okay, I don't have a father, so I just have to handle my own. I went find like a rebar, and I start carrying it with me. On the way back, this group of kids is walking behind me, so I walk into buildings, walking the stairways, I just wait with this thing in it. As soon as that first kid walked in, and I knocked him out, the was everywhere. And then the other kids ran away. And the next day, it repeats itself. Same thing happens again. I got two of them this time. So they let me alone. Violence works. You just need to apply it in the right place.
Wow.
What happens when a Navy SEAL gets divorced? They remove you. It's very common if guys are going through divorce. The SEAL teams are well over 100% divorce rate. If it becomes nasty, where you can't make a deployment, you can't make trips, like you're in court, custody battles, they just remove you. Put you on the sidelines for 2 years, clean up your divorce, figure it all out, and then come back.
Wow.
How common is that? Pretty common. You've put in so much time and energy to get to the organization. You're so critical to its overall performance. If you're not at 100%, they have to pull you out.
Did your wife cheat on you while you were at war?
Went over to Iraq, I'm 19 years old, we're stormtrooping through Baghdad, doing the whole thing. And I didn't have an email account at the time. I set up a Hotmail, made a little profile. I typed my sister's name, it pops up. I typed my girlfriend's name, it pops up. She's got a profile. I'm like, oh, this is cool. It's got a little bio, like this is my name. I'm crazy in love with my boyfriend. His name's Brian. I'm like, my name ain't Brian.
You're joking.
No, she'd been dating a guy living in my house the entire time.
Stop it.
Oh no, really. So what do? Call him. Better pack your get out of my house right now. They'll start complaining about the deployment cycle being gone. You're not making enough time for me. I can't. I don't have Wi-Fi, and then it just becomes a huge burden. Is this improving my performance overseas? No, I gotta get rid of you.
Did you actually beat up an entire gang by yourself?
I remember one time there was some little kid making fun of girls. So I was trying to be a tough guy, but just knock him out. But well, I didn't know the guy was part of the gang at school. And they surrounded me and said, we just hit our guy. We need to talk. I didn't wait. I just knocked another one. So that just put them on the back foot. But then they said, okay, to mend our case, we won't cause you any problems. You just bring us a bottle of wine. I just knocked them. You're not going to get shit from me. But then I was thinking, like, maybe I should talk to them. So I did get them wine. And then we started extorting wine from other kids.
There also must be a moment where you have to say goodbye to your family.
That was a tough one. We weren't allowed to tell anyone where we were going. My youngest daughter, she might have been 3 at the time. I said, I'll be back soon. She went upstairs and she grabbed a little teeny pink carry-on and she put it in front of the front door and said, well, I'm leaving this here, Dad, and when you come home, you get to take me on vacation. And that's tough because you have to leave. You can't tell anyone, including my wife, where I'm going. And then when I got over there to Afghanistan, I had 3 daughters. I wrote a letter to the 27-year-old woman. Thanks for taking care of your mom and your sisters. Kind of explaining, tears hitting the page.
What is your biggest regret?
I have one regret. After the Bin Laden raid, I was invited to my friend's house when I got back to Virginia Beach. He was at SEAL Team 6 with me. He was a different squadron. And he invited me over. We're going to talk. And he asked me if I wanted a glass of wine. And I said no. And I don't know why I didn't want a glass of wine with him. We went through a lot of training, a lot of combat together. And he was sipping his wine and he looked up and he kind of said, one of these days, a lot of us are going to die on one of those helicopters. And then 3 weeks later, he was on that helicopter and he died. And if I could just go back and have that glass of wine with him, I would.
What is the worst bite you've ever seen from a dog?
The one that Benny talked about, his dog Digo was in Iraq, and it was an ambush scenario where they were about to be ambushed, and they sent the dog, and they had some sandbags set up, the barrel sticking out of it. Guy was behind it sitting, and Digo came flying through and jammed his muzzle right through there, and that's just where the dude's face, because that's what was there. He shot in right on his throat. When they came up, the guy was already, it sounded like the dog was breaking cellar.
During the time that you served, you got 2 Silver Stars, 4 Bronze Star Medals, 1 Joint Service Commendation Medal, 3 Presidential Unit Citations, 2 Navy Marine Corps Commendation Medals, and you got Senior Chief Petty Officer.
Yes, sir.
During the time that you were with the Navy SEALs, you earned about $60,000 a year. You would think you get a little more than that.
They spend so much money training us too, and they, considering you're in the military, they pay us well based on dive pay, jump pay, hazard pay, save pay. You get extra pay. Everyone else is kind of making the same, so you don't realize that you are worth more. Because you're with your friends, you believe in the mission, and the camaraderie is incredible. I get a skydive for free. We used to fly in some private jets. It was kind of dope.
How did you save your daughter's life?
It's 4th of July. We're having prep for fireworks. All the dads are getting together. The kids have been playing on the lake all day, and it's evening. Take baths and get in their jammies and get ready for the fireworks. And we go up garage, not the lakeside. And my 4-year-old daughter, she sneaks out of the house down to the dock. She's looking for a toy she left. And she reaches over and falls off the dock into the water. And I'm up completely, can't see, can't hear anything. We're in the garage working. And all of a sudden, I'm overcome with panic. I start freaking out, and I just run out of the garage, and I run around the house. I don't even know where I'm going. And I just run towards the water, and I'm just panicking. And all of a sudden, I see a body out in the water, and it's Maddie face down in the water. I dive in, pull her to the dock, and resuscitate her. And I'm screaming to God, please save my daughter. She comes back. That was God. Divine intervention.
Hell Week. Is it common for guys to hallucinate?
The Hell Week starts on Sunday and it lasts till Friday, and you don't sleep at all. It's like you'll sit there on the sand eating an MRE and you just kind of pass out, and they let you sleep for a minute. If I can see the sun come up on Wednesday, I'll probably make it, because I'll just be hallucinating to the point where they're not, especially during dusk at night. On Thursday night, you row your boats and then run across the strand. It was Thursday night, I've been awake for a couple days, I'll just be hallucinating. A lot of people in SEAL training, they don't realize the instructors aren't going to kill you. If you drown, they're going to revive you.
Wasn't there one in yours?
No, he died for a minute and then he came back. That was actually a crazy story. It was his last attempt at underwater knot tying. On his last knot, his final knot, and he drowned. So the instructor came down and got him, and then he brought him up, and they're trying to resuscitate this dude. We can hear him saying, like, come back to the light. We hear John, after a minute and a half, spit up all the water, and the first thing he said when he came back to life was, did I pass? And the instructor said, yeah, you passed. And he goes, thank God, I finally tied that 5th knot. The instructor said, look, I'm in a really good mood right now, so I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I don't care how many knots you know how to tie. That's not part of the curriculum to become a Navy SEAL. My job simply is to see how far you'll push yourself. You just kill yourself.
When people talk about SEALs and BUDS, let me tell you what the difference between Delta Force selection and BUDS. They canvass the Marine Corps, Air Force, Army. Out of those, they only select 100 guys twice a year to try out. My class had 110 guys. 6 of us completed the course. 3 of us got selected. We've had some classes where 1 guy has made it or no guys have made it. SEALs, they're all on the beach running around, carrying boats and rolling around the sand, getting wet, singing and yelling and hollering and crying. But they're doing it as a group. But when you go through Delta Force selection, every day, all day long, everything you do is by yourself. Moreover, you do not know the standards of performance. What they'll do is the mountains of West Virginia. Today, you're going to start at this point. Your next point, here's a great points for that. You have to navigate to that. Rucksack on your back. It's raining, snowing, it's freezing. You're full of mud, piss, and vinegar. And when you ask, how much time do I have? Automatic response, do the best you can.
I was in a hotel in Afghanistan. I was sitting at the bar and I looked over and I went, holy shit, that's Billy Wall. He's a freaking legend. So I walked over and said, hey, Mr. Wall, I just want to say hello. Pleasure to meet you, sir. And I'm sitting there, we're just chit-chatting, and across the bar on the wall was a photo of him. And I said, man, I love that picture right there. They had a freaking altimeter and a compass, and they were jumping into a blacked out drop zone in Vietnam. That takes elephant ball. And he asked the bar, he goes, grab that picture for me, and signs it at the bottom and hands it to the guy next to him. The guy next to him was the guy next to him in the picture. His name is Jesse Campbell. His name is Jesse Campbell. They both signed it. At the top of the photo, it says, Joe, kill all the bad guys.
When I first got there, they had a place where we could send the interpreter to get booze for us. The price was $20 for a bottle of Stolichnaya vodka and $30 for a case of Heineken. So we sent the Terps out and we sent him out to get some stuff. He came back with nothing. He said, the guy running the shop said, I know who you're selling this to. These are for the Americans. And the prices went from 20 and 30 to 50 and 60. And I'm like, fuck this. Are you kidding me? Get your shit on. So we roll over there and we go to the guy, look, I can appreciate inflation. You go 25, 35, that's fine. You raise it that high. You can't sell booze in the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. I'm going to take it all for free and put you in jail. And he goes, 25 and 35 is fine, my friend. I'm like, motherfucker, couldn't we just done this in the first place?
I hear from behind me. I'm like, the fuck is that? And I turn around and there's a Army Apache, literally like this, in a full-on gun run coming straight at me. I could see the pilot, and all I see in the sand is this. Like you see out of a movie, the gun trail. And I'm going, what the fuck? They were trying to kill me. And we all dive into some rocks. My chief got hit in the face, blood was spitting out. This is real. This is not a joke.